What's up, family? If this is your first time checking out the show, this is how we do it. You let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you're representing, and I will give you some shout outs. Before I start my shout outs though, I will cover this, I'll give you a summary on my take on this Snoop Dogg apology to Gayle King. A lot of people are not in agreement with this apology. And then there are some who are saying that, well, you know, I respect Snoop for speaking his mind and, you know, saying what he feels. Ain't nothing wrong with apologizing if you're apologizing from the heart and that's what you really mean, as long as you're not apologizing under duress. You know, some people feel like, hey, I don't see any problem with it, right? I am going to read some excerpts of exactly what Snoop said. And then I'm going to give you my take on it. A lot of people are chiming in on these comments that Gayle King made. Well, actually, the question that she asked of Lisa Leslie in her interview about Kobe Bryant. The question was along the lines of, you know, have you ever seen Kobe engage in inappropriate behavior, and, you know, in terms of with women? And Lisa Leslie was like, as a friend of Kobe's, I've never seen Kobe behave like that. And then, you know, she said, hey, I got friends who are in the NBA. I have other NBA friends who act like that, but not Kobe. I've never seen him act like that. And Gayle pressed. She was like, first of all, everybody thought that was already inappropriate, but she continued to press and say, well, as a friend, you wouldn't know. My point is, how is it that Lisa Leslie wouldn't know as a friend, but Gayle King would know as someone who is not Kobe's friend? Imagine somebody telling Gayle King that about Oprah. Well, you know, as a friend, you wouldn't know. You dig what I'm saying? So this is what Kobe had to say. He said, Gayle King, I'm sorry. This is what Snoop had to say. Gayle King, you're out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. Gayle King, you're out of pocket. Oh man, that's the first video. I'm out of pocket. That's the first video. I'm all disoriented right now. Let me get to the second video, the apology video. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So Snoop said, two wrongs don't make no right. When you're wrong, you got to fix, he said in the post. So with that being said, Gayle King, I want to publicly apologize to you. He said, I publicly tore you down by coming at you in a derogatory manner based off emotions, me being angry at questions that you asked. Should have handled it differently. I was raised better than that. So I'd like to apologize to you publicly for the language that I used in calling you out of your name and just being disrespectful. Snoop went on to say that he was just sticking up for a friend who wasn't here to defend himself. He also said that Gayle King is invited to meet him in privacy so that they may officially squash the beef. So first of all, you know, defending a friend who's not there to speak up for themselves, I think we all can relate to that. I've done that for myself. You know, why I defended a friend who was absent, was in the presence of someone who was trying to drag their name, and I went in on it. So I can appreciate that. I can also appreciate I can see where Susan Rice was coming from when she got at Snoop about Gayle King. She's sticking up for a friend. Although I disagree with her coming after Snoop when she didn't go after all those Republicans and she didn't go after the guy who stuck the woman who stuck a finger in Barack Obama's face at the airport. You know, I disagree with all of that. But sticking up for a friend, I can relate to that, right? What I want to say is this. I've seen a number of celebrities just basically shut down, especially high-profile celebrities shut down when Snoop made his original video post. They just, I'm talking about a lot of them who were very vocal. They just stopped in their tracks. And then you had, as they stopped in their tracks, the criticism of Snoop, there was an uptick in the criticism of Snoop. One of the most, I guess, vocal critics of Snoop was Joe Scarborough. Okay, crazy name, but anyway, this dude, he went on a mad rant on the what's that show called? Morning Joe, Joe Scarborough. He went on just a madman rant. Got black woman, you know, where you at, Viacom? He calling out Viacom and CBS and New York Times and all of these companies who have not put out a hit piece on Snoop Dogg defending Gayle King. He's like, a black woman has been threatened. A black woman has been threatened. A black woman. Joe, where is all this energy for all the black women that have been picked up and body slammed by the police, gunned down by the police, Joe? Where was all of that energy? I need to know, man, because I think I would have been a little bit hipper to you by now had you been riding for black women like that. Oh, I get it. You're riding for her like that because she is a journalist who happens to be very popular. And so perhaps this is kind of like what cops do when they ride for other cops, irregardless of their discretions, you know, irregardless of their transgressions. You just ride for them because, you know, this is one of our own. So what's interesting to me is that Joe Scarborough is the same dude who was friends with Donald Trump for 12 years. He was a Republican, and then he switched over to become an independent, he said. He said in 12 years of private conversations with Donald Trump, he's never, ever once heard Donald Trump say something racially insensitive. Now, family, we see what Donald Trump is doing publicly. We've heard Donald Trump say all of this racial insensitive stuff in public just over the last 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years. You know damn well Joe is lying. You know for a fact that that man had to hear Donald Trump say something racially insensitive because he's the president of the United States, and he, from the Oval Office, is engaging in Twitter beefs and every other kind of beef that you can imagine publicly. And he makes disparaging comments about other people who are not white all the time. He makes sweeping generalizations about other ethnic groups all the time. and he's never heard Donald Trump say anything privately that was racially insensitive? Come on, man. I was born in the morning, but not this morning. You understand what I'm saying? So there's an ulterior motive at work here. I'm not buying the fake outrage. This is fake outrage. Because if you care about Black women that much, then you should be using your platform to fight for all of the disenfranchised Black women out there who are suffering right now. Let me hear some of that for those women. But you're not going to do that because that's too much like right. I'm not fooled, man. This is the elite standing up for the elite. This is the gatekeepers making sure that they decide how the narrative is going to be spun. They decide who gets in, who stays out, who gets to participate, who gets to come to the party. This is the elite doing what the elite does. Gayle King was wrong. She said it herself that she was wrong. Perhaps Snoop went about addressing her in the wrong way. In my opinion, I don't think he did. You know why? Because in my opinion, Gayle King is an enemy of the Black community. Her actions tells me that. You can say what you want to say about Snoop songs when back in the day, or he made these words, he cussing and that. Y'all don't give a damn about cussing. Joe, you was just cussing your damn self. Everybody use these words. Y'all trying to act like rappers invented the B word or the H word. When this was going on before we were ever thought of, before rap music was ever thought of. You don't care about the B word or the H word being used. You only care when it's being used in a fashion that's inconsistent with your beliefs and who you support. So an enemy is an enemy to me. I don't care what happens to an enemy. An enemy is an enemy. What I look like praying for Donald Trump. I'm not finna pray for Donald Trump. I know who Donald Trump is. I know he hates my guts. Why would I pray for Donald Trump? That doesn't make sense to me. You're not gonna get me like that. Snoop is entitled to his opinion. Snoop has a right to make an apology. If he sincerely believes that he was wrong, he has that right. But we have the right to disagree with Snoop. And I vehemently disagree with him. I vehemently disagree. I don't think in this particular situation, I personally have taken my own poll. And the majority of people that I've spoken with, the majority of the comments that I've read online from Black people, they disagreed with Gayle King. They felt Snoop was right. They felt he was right. Now, when you start talking about a threat on her life, he's like, he made a threat on this Black woman's life. He made a threat on her life. Man, you don't care about Black women like that, man. Stop all that faking. We know who you are. You don't care about Black women like that. All that faking, man, you got to kill that. Again, Snoop has a right to make an apology if he feels that he was sincerely wrong. I personally believe that a person who has the ability to apologize is a person who is worthy of respect. I think when you apologize, it's actually a sign of strength, not weakness. But let's be sure that when you apologize, it is because you sincerely believe in your apology. I wouldn't have a problem myself apologizing for something if I felt I was genuinely wrong. If I really felt I was wrong about something, I have no problem apologizing. My friends and family members will tell you in a heartbeat, if I feel like I'm wrong, I will pick up that phone. In fact, sometimes if you're close enough to me, I will drive to you and walk up to you and get face to face and say, I was wrong. As simple as that. But Gayle King was wrong. And I want the whole world to know that just because Snoop apologized don't mean it's all good. Gayle King and Oprah got a lot of work to do in repairing their reputation in the Black community because they have a penchant for dragging Black men. And we are here to let you know the days of you dragging us with impunity is over. Those days are over. You're not gonna just do us any kind of way and talk about us any kind of way. Single us out and get away with it and get a pass. Those days are over. So if you dare to think that it's safe to come from behind that house and try us, we are going to throw that fire on you every single time. Let that be a warning to the rest of you out there that's thinking about it. I ride for Black women. Let's get that clear. If you don't know me, go down this timeline, whatever medium you're watching this video on. If you're watching it on my platform, go down my timeline and watch the videos, watch the comments, read the memes, read the comments, read my comments, read my statements about my love for Black women. It's unquestionable. I love Black women with a passion, but no mammy formed against me shall prosper. I mean that. And I'll never apologize for that. Let me hear what you guys are saying. We're going to the super chat first. Gina Scott. Hey, Gina, appreciate you. What's up, Lavelle Turner? Thanks, Lavelle. Sir G, I see you. Do you think they will come for you and other YouTubers? They've already been coming for me, man. It ain't nothing new. But I stand on righteousness. See, when you stand on righteousness, man, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And, you know, just like they can come for me, I can come for them. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't no sucker. Ain't nothing weak about me. And I ain't by myself. You dig what I'm saying? 2020 slots. Hey, man, people have changes of heart and mind every day. But no matter what is said, we can't bring the families back. Just a sad affair for everyone. I agree. Tracy Manning. What's up, Tracy? Tracy was the first one to jump into the super chat. Couldn't really get to her. I think that's to him. I think that's a guy, Tracy. You know, Tracy is an interchangeable, what they call it, a unisex name. So I don't know if it's a guy. I think it's a guy. But I appreciate you. Let's move over here to the comments and see what you guys are saying in the comments. Let's see. Tracy Thomas says, Snoop, I'm disappointed. Now, if you're making comments where you like if you make any comments where you're trying to be disparaging or disrespect Snoop, I ain't gonna read them because Snoop is my homie. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. But you know, just like my own brother, you know, we don't always agree, and I don't agree with that apology. I don't agree at all. But you know, I'm not going to I wouldn't allow anybody to drag my brother, and I'm not going to allow that. You know, I'm not going to allow that. But I'm really here to just have a real honest, open discussion with you guys on how y'all feel about this, and give you guys a chance to sound off. But let's try to do it in a manner where we're constructive, because keep in mind, when you go there and you're really reckless, with your comments and stuff like that, it kind of get lost, kind of like what how Snoop's message got lost. Because Snoop, I do believe he meant well, but he said a lot of stuff in a very short period of time. And he's made some poignant statements about his support for Kobe Bryant, but it got lost in the name calling. It got lost in the name calling and what many people perceive to be a threat. So that's why, I say, let's try to keep it respectful, because if we can be respectful, then, our messages can be heard and it won't get lost in the sauce. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, so Black women love Rebecca. You got that right. Black women. Okay. I didn't finish the whole thing. Rebecca says Black women love feminism. Yeah. We're gonna move on from that. Let's see. Emily James. I appreciate you. Emily say you are the realest. I love to hear your opinion and thoughts on these issues. Thanks for saying that, Emily. Robin Workout, Gayle and Oprah are the enemy of Black people. Snoop Steele family, he was forced to apologize. David Muhammad says, I think Snoop was definitely, no, that's not David, that's somebody else. I was about to read David Muhammad, but then it vamped. Family, if it moves a little too fast, it's not me, it is the chat, and I can't keep up with it. Tony Randall said he shouldn't apologize. He said nothing wrong, but Snoop will lose everything if he don't comply. Lashana says the whole issue is Kobe's murder is being distracted with the Gayle King thing. Kobe's murder, Lashana, you know something we don't know? You mean his death? Yeah, to a degree, it is kind of a distraction. It's being distracted. You're right. I didn't even know until, what was that, yesterday, that he was buried, that he and Gianna was buried on Friday. But nobody knew. TMZ didn't even get the news. Now, you know that they were keeping it very, very secretive if TMZ couldn't find out. Whoever orchestrated that, they need to orchestrate the next surprise birthday party for my homeboy, because every time he has a surprise birthday party, his wife puts it together and he always finds out. So, yeah, not trying to make light of a serious situation, but whoever orchestrated that memorial, that private memorial for Kobe and Gianna, they won their game. Cheyenne Renee says, why Gayle didn't respect Lisa Leslie? Patricia Simpson says, stand for something or fall for anything. West Coast says Snoop didn't apologize for going off on her. He apologized for how he went off on her. Yeah. What's up, Kenya Mosley? Appreciate you. Hey, and I'm just gonna go right back to this Joe Scarborough thing, boy. What guy? Joe Scarborough. You know, his rant was just disingenuous to me. All this rant about a black woman's life was threatened. A black woman's life was threatened. Viacom, where are you? New York Times. He calling all of these media outlets out. Like, he really do care about a black woman's life being threatened. No, he cared about the black elite woman's life being threatened. That's what he cared about. He don't care about black women. If you want to care about black women, you're going to have to be consistent about caring about black women. You can't pick and choose which black women you're going to care about. You can't do that. You're going to have to care about black women in general. Now, having said that, again, an enemy is an enemy, regardless of color or gender. If a black woman is an enemy to the black community, then she gets no protection, she gets no love, she gets no consideration, period. You know how when America decides they're gonna ride on somebody, when they go over there, man, they don't care about all of that stuff. They don't care about gender and color and all that stuff. Anybody can get it. They're on a mission. They're trying to make this thing out of a gender war. It's not a gender war. It's not black men against black women. It is the black community against enemies of the black community. All of them can get it. Gayle King, Oprah, Ray Lewis, Charles Barkley, Stephen A., all of them are enemies to the black community. All you got to do, Steve Harvey, all of them. All you got to do is watch how they move. They consistently, hey man, you make one mistake, I get it. Two mistakes, okay. But then once you start to develop a pattern, when you start to develop a pattern, then that's not a mistake. That is intentional. And like I say, if I'm wrong, show me the proof where any of these people I just mentioned make negative generalizations about people in other communities other than their own. Show me an example where their counterparts, their co-workers, their white co-workers and counterparts make sweeping negative generalizations about their own community. You don't hear that. You only hear it from black people who are in the media that are at an elevated status. No other race of people, no other group of people do that. No other group of people try to, look, all of us got our bad apples, right? Some of us got some bad apples and oranges. But what these other groups don't do is remind you of their bad apples and oranges. We like to remind other people of our bad apples and oranges. Well, yeah, but you know, people do this, and we got to do this, and we got to da. We're the only ones who do that. We're the only ones who will make a career out of singling out only black people who have major offenses, who have who we believe that deserves some type of wrath. We're the only ones who will single out our own people who are prominent and drag them. And you will not hear the Morning Joes come to their savior. You will not hear them try to rescue them. You will not hear them come to their rescue. You will not hear them try to save them, because they don't care unless it affects them directly or one of their workers who are in the Black community. Because you see, white supremacy always discards its tools when it's finished with them. Always. So all of them eventually get it no matter what. If you're Black and you're working for white supremacy, you are going to get yours. Guaranteed. All you got to do is look back at the ones who ever tried it. All of them eventually got theirs, because that's just the way it operates. You don't get to retire with a house on the hill and be Black and work for white supremacy. That's not how it goes. Kenya Mosley, appreciate you. Yeah, they're trying to make this out of a gender war. This is not a gender war. I've seen just as many Black women as Black men express their outrage at Gayle King and Oprah Winfrey, because they see the pathology just like we do. And I want to salute y'all. Thank you. Thank you for standing up for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you for it. Oh, they think they're slick. I'm here to tell you that just because Snoop apologized don't mean that we're going to let everything ride from here on out. Because I know they're over there celebrating. I know they're kicking it like, oh yeah, we won. Major, major, major win. Nah, don't work like that. This is just further proof that we all don't think alike. I think that we can agree to disagree. I still consider Snoop as a homie. So I just disagree with his position. And I think we can agree to disagree without doing it in a disparaging manner if you feel like a person is still a part of the team. But Gayle and Oprah, man, they playing on the other team, man. If you can't see that, something is wrong with you. What's up, William Jefferson? Brandon Humble. Brandon says, Gayle and Oprah don't care about Snoop apology. They only wanted the social media lynch mob to back off. Boom. Boom. Uh-huh. Jonah Cohen. Actually, I think that's Cohen. That's Con. I'm almost certain that's Con. What do you think about Bernie Sanders? I like Bernie Sanders. I think that he's the Democratic nominee. But remember, I said that about Bernie Sanders. Let me see something. I said that about Bernie when he was running against Hillary.
Cone.
Okay, there we go. Cone. I had to get that name right. Jonah Cone. I got you. Yeah, so I think Bernie Sanders has actually been running for president for a long time. I think he's been I think Bernie Sanders has been running for president for at least 50 years. He's been on the front lines for a long time. He's been, he's been putting himself out there for a long time. And I personally think more than any of the other candidates, he deserved to be president. That's my personal view. Now, we still got to work this reparations thing out, though. But I do like a lot of the policies that he's presenting. And I do believe that he'll stick to his word, because so far he's been a man of his word. I see my member just jumped in. One of the members just jumped in, a new member, but I don't have the name. ABX, what's up, ABX? Snoop's apology gives the other side a symbolic win. This will embolden them for future attacks against Black men. They were on the ropes and Snoop handed them a win. I hear where you're going with that, but not necessarily, because, Snoop, he got 40 million, Snoop got 40 million IG followers, but we got a couple billion people that say we don't agree with that. So I disagree. I disagree. If nothing else, they're gonna know that there are consequences to disparaging Black men, and especially prominent Black men's legacies. Especially when you're being biased and you're singling out Black men. Because tell me this, family, what Black man that you know who has a huge platform, who has a mainstream platform, any of the networks, any of the cable stations, who is dissing Black women, disparaging Black women, going out of his way to drag Black women exclusively? What Black man do you know that's out there that have that type of platform? But you can name a few Black women who have that type of platform, who consistently drag Black men. Why is that? No, we're not letting them off the hook. We're not going to let it ride. We're not going to let it slide. And giving some money, as I said before, giving someone money is not an affirmation of good character, and is not an indication that you love that person. You have people out there who will give money to charities that they don't even know nothing about. They just give the money to them because it's a write-off. Then you got pimps out there who will wine and dine a woman, fix her up, doll all up with nice dresses and shoes and makeup and hair, the works, and then put her out there on that track. And if she don't come back with the results that he wants, if she don't behave like he wanted to behave, he'll beat her head in. So there's an example of somebody doing things for a person, giving them money, purchasing material items, but treating a person cruelly. So giving money alone does not mean that you care about someone. Jennifer Eddy. That's Addie, I think. Jennifer Addy. Welcome to new member Jennifer Addy. Y'all welcome Jennifer to Willie D Live. All right, family. I am going to shut this bad boy down. I thank you, thank you, thank you. In fact, you know what? I'm going to check out a few more of your comments. Let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. I see Entree Jones, Virginia. Let me know what city, what state. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you're representing. Celestine, what's up, Celeste? Philadelphia in the building. Who is that? Deshaun Martin, Louisville, Kentucky. What's up, Big? I got a homeboy named Big in Louisville. Also, Michael Williams. What's up, Mike, in Louisville, Kentucky? I got good people out there. Good people out there in Louisville. Kalamazoo, Pate Taylor. What's up? I see Bastrop, Louisiana. I love it when my small towns come in. Pearland, Texas, Objective 1. Sean Combs, Wilmington, North Carolina. I see Trinidad and Tobago in the building. Oshina Osa. Memphis in the building. Who is that? Patricia Simpson, Minnesota. I see Germany by way of New York. What's up, keyboard man? South Central in the building. I'm assuming that's LA. Pimp the Jack. What's up, Memphis? Greensboro, North Carolina. Terrence Speed. Keith David, Brooklyn, New York. What's up? What's up, Glory Mars? Fort Worth. Yvonne Coherd. No, that's Coward. Coward? That's it. Yvonne Coward, C-O-W-H-E-R-D. Louisville, Kentucky. Back up in here. What's up, Detroit? Belgium in the building. DJ Da Vinci. See the ATL in here. Travis Riggins. Houston, finally. It's the first person I've seen from Houston drop a comment. What's up, Ronald Jackson? See the Dominican Republic checking in. Boston, Kent Scales. Deborah Jackson, ATL. Rebecca Brandon. Rumble, Young Man Rumble, New York. Who is this up in the super chat? Top This. Wilmington, by way of Charlotte, North Carolina. Pimps are like record executives. They will give the chick in advance by keeping them dripped out and put them on the track to recoup. Real talk, recoup and some more and get some more. I see Brooklyn in the building. Sacramento, Emily James. South Oak. That's not South Oak, that's South Cack. What's South Cack? Jermaine Johnson. Erica Shane, Belgium. What's up, Erica? James Harris, Oklahoma. Josh Deloney. What is that, Beebe, Arkansas? Who is that? D Slim, Props, Baton Rouge. I see Africa in the building. Igru. West Africa in the building. Motherland, salute, salute. Holland in the building. Yeah, my international people up in here deep tonight. I see Bronx, Corey Hill, Jay Smith, Los Angeles. Meet, No, that's Matt. Baton Rouge. JL Orlando. Kenya Mosley, Houston, Texas. We got another H-Town up in here. H-Town checking in. Ray Gidry, I'm so Houston. Me too. Big Rick, Compton in the house. It's hard to say Compton, what I say in there. Compton's in the house. Sweden, what's up, Martin? Black Johnson from OKC. Atlanta, Fly C Soldier. Miami in the house. Need to know. Newark, Jace. Abex says Kobe wouldn't want this drama. LA. You know, I think you're right. If I was deceased, I wouldn't want drama either. But if it came, I would want the people who claim to love me to stick up for me in my absence. I would want them to stick up for me because I would be physically unable to do it for myself. So that's what it's about. I'm gonna tell you something, like other cultures, you're not gonna have this type of stuff going on. It wouldn't even be like, let me tell you something. In certain cultures, if somebody who the collective group of people in that group or that ethnicity look at as someone who is an icon or idol, we wouldn't even be talking about this. Everybody would just still be just in mourning, and that's it. Because no one would have the audacity to ever try to speak ill of them, try to disparage their name or undermine their legacy, bring up stuff like Gayle brought up. Because Gayle is saying that her life, she feels her life is threatened, her kids are threatened. I want to see receipts, because I don't believe that. I don't believe that for one moment. I don't believe it at all. I think it was an opportunity for them to go in on Snoop, and they took it. Like, oh, you know, like, oh, he threatened Gayle. Okay, oh, we're gonna have to stop that. We got to put an end to that. And this fake outrage from Joe Scarborough. Oh man, that dude, straight fake outrage. He's threatening a black woman. Y'all got to see this, man. Go to just look it up. Just look up Morning Joe. Just type in Morning Joe and Snoop Dogg. Just type that in. He like, man, shut up. Sit down. You don't care about black women like that. Man, you riding for black women like that, man, I need to get to know you. I want to get to know you, and I want to befriend you. You know, I want to follow you on Instagram and, you know, chat, man, I want to come on your show and sit down and talk to you. You know, like, hey, man, that's a good dude right there. You going to ride for black women? I'm on your side. But that's fake outrage. I see broadcasters from Sweden. What's up, Sweden? Westchester County, New York in the building. Yeah, like this, the fake outrage gets me. I think what happened is that once Susan Rice spoke on it, they started piling it on. The elite started coming in, boy. The gatekeepers, they just piling it on, piling it on, piling it on. And I saw a lot of celebrities running from it who were speaking out earlier, and they started running, they started shutting down. They wouldn't say anything. And I'm like, that's them. Bless them. Anyway, family, that's it for me. I'm actually about to go over to Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel, and we are going to have a discussion about this. So y'all make sure y'all tune in to Dr. Boyce Watkins. I don't know exactly what time he's going on, but I suspect it will be within the next 30 minutes or so. So in fact, I just got the notification from him just now. That's a notification. Let's see. I had this. Okay, so he just sent me the notification and he's ready. So go over to Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm not sure which channel. I think he's on Your Black World. It's either Your Black World on YouTube or Dr. Boyce Watkins. And we're about to go live. All right, family. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all be safe out there. And I'm praying for y'all and y'all families. You understand what I'm saying? Till next time, fam. No more talk.